kidnappings, people don't like their job, and it's checkmate for Steffi. We are breaking it all down for you right here on AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days, starting now.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, the buzz.
Hello, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days, where we give you a full dish of this week's episodes of NBC's #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my full gaggle of gals. To my far left,
it's Michael. Tony, you need to move your computer. Mattes.
Why do I need to move my computer?
Because we got some stuff going on.
Oh, you said I need to mute my computer. That's what was happening. Sorry, Mr.
I guess I have to remind you every week for a year to mute your computer. How the tables have turned.
Oh. There's a soap opera.
Oh, there you have it.
It's all right. We'll see how the social media goes later. Chelsie Overocker.
Hey guys, Chelsie Overocker here.
And of course,
hey guys, Tami Goveia.
and if you're joining us live, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry that we got the link out late to you guys, but hey, go ahead and share it now because we're live. And yep, we started late again, but
still
here
got
we are.
87 live viewers, so
That's
Holy
good.
moly.
Oh,
We're still doing good.
Thank you,
maybe there's something to
87
sending it out
live
late.
They're all waiting in anticipation. If you guys like what you see, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are Dishin Days on Facebook and Instagram, and _Dishin Days on the Twitter. The @ is still implied.
Oh, you goofed me up. I try to lip sync you when you do that.
Well,
Look at you being on Mariah Carey over here, lip syncing.
sashay away.
Not to fail.
And of course, if you guys are a lover of soaps, we have our other recaps for you. We have the Restless Wrap for Young and the Restless, and also the GH Report for General Hospital. And on December 10th, the Bold Breakdown is back in effect. So make sure you check that out on December 10th at 2:15 p.m. with Tami Goveia and James Lott Jr. Also, you guys, a couple of weeks ago when we had our Dishin Days meet and greet, you guys got to enjoy and taste the fine wines of Michael Solberg, who so graciously sponsored our event. So the holidays are coming up, so make sure you get you and a friend a bottle. You can go to www.michaelsolbergfamilywines.com and get yours today.
And for reals, we have a couple of wine connoisseurs on this panel, and thumbs up. So this is good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Because Tami Goveia made sure she took a bottle or two after the
Tammy's like, I'm just going to take this box.
I was like, where
Ernie.
did all the stuff go? Also, you guys absolutely loved our wonderful mugs that we have, and these were created by Sweet Tea Customs. So make sure if you would like to order them, you can go and order your Dishin Days mug, tumbler, wine glass, add glitter, add sparkle, whatever you like, or you can custom make one for yourself, for someone for Christmas. Go to on Facebook and Instagram, Sweet, the letter T, Customs with an S 3. That's Sweet Tea Customs 3, and order yours today. Thank you to my friend Tony Avalos for making these for us. I truly appreciate you.
Thanks, Tony.
And everyone.
Thank you.
All right.
Sweet tea sounds good.
I had some earlier. I'm not even going to tell you what I woke up and ate this morning because it's like a full-on meal for breakfast. That's
It's
it.
Sunday. It's allowed.
Well,
Eggs
Right?
Benedict?
no.
Was it breakfast food?
Chick-fil-A?
Not at all.
Oh.
Chick-fil-A's closed. It was
McDonald's?
It was more like ribs, mashed potatoes, biscuits, and macaroni and cheese.
You're getting in the holiday spirit.
I'm getting in the
Stretching out the
Yes.
stomach for Thanksgiving.
Listen, that stomach is already stretched. What did we think about this week's episodes of Days?
Really good. Solid. I think it really picked up when Mickey got kidnapped for me. And like you said, Tony, last week, it's really cool because we see characters that normally don't have scenes together are
Yes.
interacting, and I love it.
Especially now with the time jump.
Yes.
It's like we see people interacting with each other suddenly, and we have to remember that they've probably been interacting with each other. We just haven't seen it because of the time jump. So yeah, it's really it's kind of like it's a little maybe jarring at first in some of these scenes, but then you snap out of it. They're doing a good job of making it, my favorite word, organic.
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 I know James Lott Jr. when that first week,
Hey, James Lott Jr.
Yeah, of the stories, he said something that just really hit the nail on the head of, it's like a whole new show.
Yeah.
It feels like a whole new show. It feels
Yeah.
fresh. And so, yeah. And I'm still, every time Jen and Jack, come on the screen, I'm like, "Blah!"
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm loving it.
Is that who you were crying at last week? I meant to ask
Yeah.
you. Was it Jack and Jennifer?
Yeah, the opening.
Oh
Okay.
my
You
God,
know?
I
Tami
thought-
Goveia was losing
I
it.
lost it.
I thought you were
lost
crying.
it.
I thought you were crying at the Ben Sierra scene. The
Oh.
flashback of Ben finding Jordan and Sierra coming in.
Yeah, no.
I thought
That
that's what
was
you
a
were
good scene.
sobbing bullets
That was
about.
a great scene,
Yeah.
but that wasn't sob worthy for me. It was Jack and Jen. Like you had said, just when they showed the flashback of him just being by her side and the exercises.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Tami Goveia sent these like gut wrenching videos to us, and we were like, "What is going on?" Like she is full on sobbing. Like we literally thought something had happened, but she had just tuned into that episode of Days of Our Lives. Yeah, it was a good one.
It was
a
good.
one. I thought this week was it's still good. It's still interesting. It's still interesting how things are unfolding. But again, all these secrets have been kept for a year, and now all of a sudden they're unraveling kind of quickly.
Yeah.
Some things that I'm worried about, but we will get into all of that. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope you're ready because it's now time to start DISHIN Days.
Ta-da!
All right, so let's kick things off with our first storyline, which is the Ben, Sierra, Mickey, Sarah, Xander, Victor, Clyde, everybody.
Everybody.
Seriously.
So, first of all, kudos to Lindsay Godfrey for
Man.
a stellar week in her performance.
Yeah.
Like,
Really good.
from the time that she looked in that baby crib and realized that Mickey was not there, it has been an emotional roller coaster for her ever since. And she is playing it so good.
And there was that moment. She turns to the carriage, the baby carriage. She sees there's no baby. And it was so human. Like she physically went in to move the blanket
Yeah.
because maybe she's not seeing the baby.
Or maybe the baby slid down
Right.
and is just
And it's
asleep.
the baby's gone. But
Then
there's just
there's
that
no baby.
instinctual
Yeah.
am I missing something?
Yeah.
It's
Like a real mother's reaction.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like when you lose something in your purse. It's like I know it's in here. I'm just not looking in the right place. Like
Yeah, and then you keep looking before you do the full dump out. Yeah, yeah. No, it was
was a great moment.
it was great. But this whole kidnapping was orchestrated by Clyde because he wants Xander and Victor to confess that they are the ones who killed Jordan, in hopes of getting Ben out of jail.
Well, let's be clear. It's in hopes of getting his butt out of jail. He saw the
Well, he
opportunity.
has his own agenda
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's
He
a
didn't
double.
do this out of the kindness of his heart and
Right.
his love for his son.
He's got an agenda for himself.
He's so evil.
So, quick survey: who thinks that Xander and Victor actually had something to do with Jordan's killing? No one. Okay. Who thinks that the confession that Xander wrote, that he was instructed to write and turn into the police, is confessing that he and Victor had something to do with Jordan?
Oh.
That's a good one.
No, I'm positive it's not.
He maybe- no,
He's
but-
confessing
okay.
to something completely different.
Me
that
too.
I have,
That's how I feel
that I
too.
have no idea what
Or
it is.
he's confessing just to get the baby back, even though he knows he didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Maybe he's maybe he's not gonna
Oh
confess to what he
my
actually
God.
did. He's gonna confess to what he's being told to confess to.
But
Or no,
Clyde-
she didn't tell. But no, he's gonna. I don't know. I don't think he's confessing to what they actually did.
because Clyde or whoever,
Didn't make it
Mystery
clear.
Man, never made it clear confessed to the murder
Right.
of Jordan.
Right. He said,
So-
"We know what
What
you
you
did,
did."
and to
Exactly.
confess."
It was all very
Very
no
loose.
detail. They know what we did, what you did.
And
Yeah.
you put an innocent man in jail, so that could be Will too. I mean, we still.
Well, no, that's not Will.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying we have both Ben and Will, and it just would be crazy if they did a 360 on us and somehow.
So you think
But Will's not innocent.
No.
Like he actually
Well,
Will
did.
did it.
Yeah.
you you don't think that's going to unravel later on a couple weeks where there's going to be a catch?
Nope.
You
I
really
So you
think?
think maybe Xander and Victor are responsible for Will being in jail.
Yeah, I think it could be a 360 on us. The whole time we're thinking Ben.
But why would they want Adrian dead?
I don't know.
They don't have any reason.
I still think that when it comes to that particular storyline, that whatever happened with Adrian, which we still don't know,
See?
Yeah.
because they still didn't say, but I think that it was an accident. And everyone kind of recognizes that it was an accident, but they're not saying exactly what that accident is. But he is guilty in killing Adrian. Like
It was like an involuntary manslaughter kind of thing.
No,
Yes.
but there was a
It was
moment.
not his intent to kill her, but he did it.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I thought it was implied that he was drunk and driving, and he hit her.
Oh, because the mention of Daniel?
Yes.
Could be.
So I
that might
think
have been
that's
that
what
might have been an
happened.
Easter egg that you either caught or didn't.
It was like so quick.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he was
Yeah.
drunk, but why would he be drunk?
Or
that we don't
To
know.
Chelsea's note, Chelsea's idea, maybe Xander and Victor did have something to do with it. Why they would want Adrian dead, I don't know. I can't answer that. And Will doesn't remember what exactly happened. You know, it's a whole amnesia. Oh, he thinks he did it.
Okay.
Which would repair his relationship with Sonny in the long run.
In the long run,
In the
yeah.
long run, because he would be.
But maybe he confessed. Maybe he admitted it. Maybe have they mentioned there was if Will had a trial or not? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they did. Yeah,
They did,
because
yeah.
Sonny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He only had one. They were like, "You guilty," and now you in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All they said is you put an innocent man in jail. It's very broad, and we just have to think about
Everything they were saying was very broad.
well, who's
Yeah.
in jail right now? So
Okay. Well. Okay. So that's Ben.
Eve, but she's not a man.
Well, right.
And she's
but,
innocent.
But that's Ben. Ben is the only one that it's, to me, between him and Will, that it's speculating
Yeah.
that he did not kill Jordan. We obviously feel like he didn't kill Jordan. However, Will, he did it.
Yeah.
It was I feel like it was an accident, whatever it is that it is. But going back to Xander and the confession, I feel like he's about to confess to some other secret. And for 2 seconds, I was like, because he talked to Nicole, and then he talked to when he came to the police station, and it looked like Sarah was about to tell Eric about that Mickey is actually his baby. The way he looked, I thought he was gonna have a look of like, it's okay to tell him, but he was still like, no, don't say it. And I was like, oh, is that not the confession? Because I feel like he's gonna confess something completely different than what Clyde wants him to confess. Like, I feel like
Could be, yeah.
I absolutely think there's another confession that has absolutely nothing to do with Jordan.
that we don't even know about that has taken place within that year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Because they can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Took
been a
place within the year.
I mean, it's been a year, so we don't know
Anything.
what
They can basically
truly
write
has
anything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't know what truly has transpired in that year. So
What
I
we,
don't know.
What we do know is Detective Sierra's on the case.
Yes.
She was not.
Awesome.
She's so amazing right now. Her and her red lipstick.
Yes.
I'm like,
I
you
admire her
are just everything right
I
now.
admire her devotion to her
To her
lobster.
man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her lobster. Yeah.
You know?
And yes, she did look. She looked very in charge. In charge this week with her
'Cause that
blazer,
that Ray
and
Yeah.
her
kid's, like,
red
creepy.
lipstick, and her
Yes.
straight
Straight
hair.
He's creepy.
But I just love that she was on the phone with Ben, and he's like, Sierra, go to the cops with this.
Breaking up.
No, it wasn't even breaking up. She was
She's
just
like,
like,
okay, click.
okay.
And she hangs up.
Yeah.
Sierra, promise me, crickets.
It's
Promise
like,
me, crickets.
Okay, click. And then he's like, Sierra. And then he like goes
He's out
to
of
call
credits.
back, and it's like, girl, you better use somebody else's card. Because you
So,
can't.
so do you agree with what Sierra's doing? Like, she knows from Ben that Clyde set up the kidnapping, but she's not telling anyone. She's going about it herself.
Okay, so
Because she
here's-
doesn't want Ben to get even further implicated.
Well, here's the thing with that. So I was like, okay, smart plan. And I'm like, all right, she's going to kidnap the baby. Right? But then I got a little worried. Because then when the guy, Ray, started coming on to her, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
danger girl.
no, do not go down this path that we did with her before. Because, she was, Sierra was raped before. And so I was just like,
I didn't even think about that.
I was like,
I did too,
Oh.
but
I didn't even
I
think
didn't.
about that.
I thought, like, this is creepy, this is really rapey, but I didn't.
I don't
It didn't
think it's
think
gonna
to
go
me
in
that they were
that
actually going to
direction.
go. I was like, she's going to get out of it somehow.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
she drank him under the table, so we thought.
Well, yeah, but at the end, the
Yeah.
hand-
Well, and
oh, close your eyes.
And then she's like, now it's your turn. I want to see you take this shot. The only thing is, she was just doing this monologue, as soon as he was passed out. If it was me, I would have grabbed the baby and go and get out of there. So I felt like she spent too much time in that room.
Yeah,
People in soaps don't do that.
seconds.
It's the same frustration when, someone's chasing a character, they have a weapon, they put down the weapon and go to help someone. It's like, why are you putting down the weapon?
Yeah, I think my only concern is if I were Sierra, I would have given thought to, do I really want to mess with Clyde's plan? Because if it gets messed up, and Ben said he's not giving the baby back, he's using this as a way to get out of jail, he could do something, Clyde could do something to Ben for messing up his plan.
All right, but Clyde would do something to anybody. No one is safe from Clyde.
So
he will do whatever he can to save his own skin.
The baby's rescued, everything's fine. Like,
he could go after the rest of the family. He could go after anybody. So that's why I'm saying, do we agree that, we understand her motivation, but do we think she should have?
No,
I don't
she's
think
messing with Clyde, and that's not.
Do we think she should have gone to the police or someone and said Clyde is responsible for it?
At least Eli.
Somebody,
At least he's not a part of the Salem PD.
Was he doing
Rafe, maybe?
He works Demira Security.
Oh, yeah.
Works for Gabriella.
Yeah.
I just wish she didn't go alone, because that's
Dangerous?
the only, that's the only thing I'm nervous.
What?
You were just dangerous? Exactly.
Yeah, dangerous. A little dangerous.
A little dangerous.
But I feel like, because she's the daughter of Bo and Hope,
That's it.
This cop instinct is coming in. And I see where she's going, but it's like, girl, let's get there. I don't understand how when she was talking to the baby, he was passed out, and then all of a sudden he's like, dum dum, and then that music came in, and it's like, what are you doing?
That made me jump. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got scared a little bit.
I don't know about y'all, but when I get drunk, I'm out. There is no waking me up for at least 4 or 5 hours.
Well, it depends on how drunk he really was.
Yes.
He was
Maybe somebody
drinking
else.
whiskey.
Do you think he was faking drunk?
No.
I don't see any reason why he would be faking drunk.
No, because he thought it's happy hour here in here, because he wouldn't go out.
She was like,
happy hour
let's
there.
go get a happy hour. He's like, well, happy hour is here. I'm like, oh
gosh. Ugh.
But I will say, we talked about this a couple months ago. We love that Sierra's taken this role, and with the time jump, she is now that boss CEO that we want her to be, with the straight hair, the red lipstick, the outfit change. So I'm loving this new Sin.
Yeah.
Loving it.
But I don't think it was a good plan, going back to your
Patrick.
Yeah.
Sia. Patrick in the chat room reminded us that she has Ben's metal box in her purse.
You mean Xander's?
Xander's.
Who did I say?
Ben.
Xander. I meant Xander.
Yes.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just
And
going
that
to
was
mention
another
that.
foolhardy moment. It's like, really? You're going to take a letter opener and just start cracking the case? In his office?
Yeah.
That was like, aw.
She's still learning.
I guess.
No, but then to take it,
And then she took it.
I would have been like, girl, if you don't...
Well, she's hoping Xander is caught up with the kidnapping and not going to miss it.
But still, girl, if you don't go, somewhere, to the police station, get, a safe cracker opener kit or something, and then go back to the office and crack it and open the kit, and then, you know what I mean? Don't take things with you. That's just like when people kill somebody. Or, no, take that back.
They touch the murder weapon?
Yeah.
That makes me crazy.
When people, find someone dead, and then, that's the murder weapon, they go, oh.
Yeah. It's like,
What is this?
yes.
It's the murder weapon that you now touched.
Maybe don't. Yeah.
Don't touch that. You should not touch that, because now it has your fingerprints
It's
on
common
it.
sense. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently.
So much for that.
Yeah. A little fearful about Will being in jail because.
Well, Will being in jail, and now Ben spilled all of Clyde's plan, so
Yes.
now
And
Will
now-
is kind of. I don't want to say in danger, but
warden.
yeah, exactly.
But I will say, I am loving Will and Ben's friendship, because at the end,
Yeah.
I liked how Will
Bromance.
sincerely looked at Ben and said, I don't think you've done this. He's like, you mean the kidnapping? Yeah, and you didn't kill Jordan. I think Will's going to be on Ben's side here, so
Yeah,
that's a
definitely.
great friendship right there.
Yeah.
Someone posted on Twitter, you replied to it. They were like, this isn't what I mean when I said bro, I wanted bromance. And Ron Carlavarti said, well, you get what you get.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like
and I
it
put
too.
dead. let me tell you, like, snaps to Ron because his clapbacks are like
God.
everything to me. Like, there was something else.
Yeah,
oh my
someone said like, "Boop you, Ron." And he goes, "I thought you were mad at Sunny."
Yeah. I was like, I could just
everything.
For some reason, I just picture Ron in like a hammock at
in the Hamptons on the beach
with his laptop in his hand, just kind of curious.
I'm thinking it was on his phone.
Well, no, like because he's also a writer, so he's probably like writing the day script, and then he goes, "What's social media talking about?" And then he just scrolls through, and he's just like, "Ha!" And then he claps back. And I'm just like, kudos to you.
Yeah.
And there's a glass of wine somewhere.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Chardonnay.
Yeah. Yes.
In his white
And an
linen.
hourglass.
Yes. Oh, in his
An
white
hourglass. Oh my god.
linen. Barefoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the
It's
wind
very
blowing
nice.
through his hair. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah. With sunglasses on.
So fun.
Ugh.
But no, I too am enjoying the Will Ben dynamic and the irony that this dude that with intent tried to kill him
Yeah.
4 years ago did not succeed, but now they're like comrades.
buddies.
When Ben
buddies.
said,
Prison
"No,
buddies.
I'm not going to let you do that," talk to the warden, and he said, "What, are you going to try to kill me again?"
Yeah.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
I was like, oh,
He's like, "No."
But I, like you guys said, I do like that because I feel like they only have each other.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
cellmates. They know each other from obviously the same circle. So
And
I think,
I know this is the week before when I wasn't here, but that reveal where the upper bedmate was revealed, I thought it was Clyde. So to see Will, that was like a
we all were like,
that was like a gasp.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what you do?
Yeah, that was such a great moment.
So let's see. Yeah. So we pretty much covered that storyline.
yeah.
Maggie.
Maggie was in there just supporting Sarah.
Yeah.
Like she came in and
Yeah.
So she was like, "Mom, what happened? What's going on? Mickey was kidnapped. Oh no! Oh, Sarah."
I love Mickey. I love the name Mickey so much.
spot on. You were
Well,
spot on.
I mean,
that was
listen.
kind of what had like.
Listen, y'all know I am great at impersonations. Like, don't at me, okay? She's good.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah, and then Eli's helping out with the investigation as well. And Sarah's very appreciative of that. I love how, it's like that reminder of like the cousin, and I'm like,
Oh, that's right.
doesn't really need to go there, but like a hey cuz would be like fine, but it's like, thank you so much for your help, cousin. It's like,
Over
Right.
clarification.
yeah. It's like, okay, appreciate the clarification, but yeah. So there's that. Anywho, moving right along, we have Jack, Jennifer, Justin, Kayla, Adrian, Eve, Hattie, and Abigail.
I was surprised to see Hattie
Were you?
on the landscape. Yeah,
Me too.
happy for Hattie, but surprised.
Yes. And still as kooky as ever.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
And Bonnie wrote a book.
Yeah.
Bonnie-
Was that new information? I was like, I don't remember this.
Yes,
think it was new.
This,
Yeah.
this is new. But I love the nugget that they did because, Hattie's a genius. And she was trying to tell Eve, like, what she can do to, like, market this. She was like, why don't you write a book on if I did it? This is how I did it.
That
And
dumb
I was
football
like,
player.
very familiar.
She said, why don't you write a book like, and I swear to God, she said that dumb football player.
Mhm.
wrote, And I was like, who's she talking about? Then if I had done it, I'm like,
Oh. Yep.
So good.
But I do like the fact that Eve, decided to call Abigail and ask her to come down, and knew that she was going to
Yes.
come down because she has the instincts just like Jennifer.
Abigail, who is now, I think this was new information, Jack has taken over The Spectator because Jennifer was in a coma, Adrian passed away, Jack took over The Spectator, Abigail is now there, and with Will in jail, Abigail is now their star investigative reporter.
Yes.
Wouldn't have seen that coming.
Nope,
Because
sure didn't.
at no point in time did Abigail express any interest. Not any of her.
No.
Not Gabby. Not Dr. Lauren. Not her. Expressed any interest in writing articles. None of them.
No.
No.
What therapy will do.
I
This
guess
is something
so.
we just have to be like,
Oh.
okay, that happened. Open arms, yeah.
I like it when they have a job. Instead
we all
of
like it
just
when they work.
mindlessly, they're
Right.
just characters and no one's working. Like,
Well, that's soap opera. That's
I know,
that's
but I
all
like
of them.
that she has a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love the fact that we saw how Abigail was at first like, she walked in kind of like, bitch, what you want? Like, what? Like, you did it. Like, why am I here? And then she really started thinking like, I think she's telling the truth.
It was
When she swore on her daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter's grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, whoever did this is still out there.
Yeah.
Whoever did this to your mom's still out there.
Yeah.
No, I like it. Abigail and Eve playing on the same team. Kind of going for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But does anyone feel bad for Eve? Just like a little bit?
A little bit. It's hard, but yes.
Because she's not completely evil. She has good intentions, but those intentions are good because they benefit her in some way. Yeah. But to see her like sitting in jail for something that she really didn't do, she probably dreamt of it, but she didn't do it. It's kind of like, sorry, girl. Sorry to this woman. That's how I kind of feel.
A year's a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I want her out.
Especially a year to wait for someone to wake up to say that you didn't do it, and then she's like, I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, she was so furious. She was so furious.
So mad.
Well, I wonder if this is a way, because what they wrote for Eve the past year with the whole election and immigration thing, they just made her so like, I wonder if this was intentionally written to garner some sympathy for Eve, to like at least redeem
the character
a little, because they just went down a road with her that was just, I didn't like watching it.
Yeah,
she was an unlikable character.
Yeah, just in an ugly way. So, but yeah, I have, she shouldn't be in jail for something she didn't do.
I agree. Shout out to James Law Jr., who is in our chat room. Hello. Hey, JLJ Media. Now, the heartbreaking thing, and Justin, honey, you should have checked with Kayla, should have checked with Jack to make sure, like, are we ready to tell her?
Yeah. Maybe done it as a group instead of just one-on-one like that.
When Jennifer was talking about Adrian and Justin's face dropped, like, oh, they haven't told you. And then she kind of went to like, oh my God, Adrian. And then that was one boom. Then the second boom was, well, I had someone helping me get over it. Who? Kayla. And then cue in Kayla and Jack walking in, almost kind of looking at Justin like, what did you do? What's happening? What's going on?
Notice something, just a little sidebar. This is the second time I've noticed people coming into that room, like rushing in. Last week it was Hope/Gina. Then this week it was Jack and Kayla. And it was like they were just like rushing in. And I'm like, why?
I don't know if they were rushing in, if it was more
like
like,
that way, but
like they were like, oh, okay, we're gonna check on Jennifer. What's happening?
Take two.
What's going on? Yeah. We're gonna go check on Jennifer.
Great, moving on.
Okay. Thank you. Cut and print. But then like Jennifer was just like not having it.
No.
And she went off. But there was a split second where I was like, yeah. But then I was like, hold up. This all transpired like 7 months ago.
Right.
Like, you acting like this happened yesterday.
Right.
Well, it did for her.
Well, for her,
yes.
it
Not
sure.
only is Adrian dead.
Yes. Buried.
I mean, like, she's just not able to process all this. So
Well,
she's lashing
Did you hear
out.
about Adrian?
You're so
Dead.
bad. Oh
Dead.
my God.
So not only did she find out that Adrian has died 7 months ago now.
Right.
7 months ago.
Yeah.
That.
I think it was longer than that.
I feel like
she's been gone a
I feel
year,
like she's
but
been
they
gone
started
almost a
dating
year.
6 months. They
That's
had-
that's
what
what
it
it is.
That was my question.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard that, and
Yeah.
I needed some confirmation about the
Someone
timeline.
said 6 months. So
That
they've
they've been
seeing
dating
each other.
okay.
But Adrian died a year ago. So she died. They were friends for a few months, and then that friendship turned.
Justin was helping her with her plumbing in her condo.
Excuse me?
Plumbing in her condo.
Oh.
Not that plumbing. Actual plumbing. But I think.
Helping her with her pipes.
Well, I think they were both helping each other grieve.
Yeah.
Because I also
the divorce papers, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the divorce papers thing.
So the first thing that happened was Adrian died, and then Kayla was that's when they got close. And then Steve, out of nowhere, served. Well, no, not out of nowhere. She served Steve, and then there was no phone call, no email, no letter, no text, no pigeon carrier, no.
She served
nothing.
Steve with papers?
Yeah, and then
to get him to come back, to try to convince him to come back.
And then Steve was just like,
well, you know, an ultimatum's never going to work.
well, no, because he just
Signed it.
And then when Adrian
died,
he just sent a card. He didn't come back. He didn't phone anybody.
Oh,
he just sent a card.
Yeah, because Jack was super. Wait, was it Jack? That was super.
Jack was
upset
angry.
about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he said something about my son of a bitch brother, and then we learned that his wife, his sister dies, and all he does is send a card. So something's going on with Steve.
Okay, wait.
Steve isn't Steve or something.
Laura Riley says they started 3 months ago dating. Adrian died 6 months ago. And Marlon Wallace says, yes, that's my understanding. Adrian died 6 months ago.
Oh, so they're newbies.
There was something said about a year regarding Adrian, but it must have been something else.
Well, I mean, they keep referring to like this year, so I think that's where it gets muddled. Because I was pretty sure that I heard that Adrian had died 6 or 7 months ago, and then they started growing closer, but like it's only been like a couple of months. Like
Orlando Williams is agreeing with everybody else that Adrian died 6 months ago. They started dating 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
So,
but Kelly feels like I think he moved on pretty quick. He was with Adrian for 30 years, but it was off and on.
Yeah, they had just gotten. I feel like they had just gotten back together recently, and then just got they got married a year ago. They just got married a year ago.
That was
Justin
it.
and Adrian.
Yes, they got married a year ago.
It would have been their
And
anniversary.
she passed away 6 months ago.
Thank you, Vista
Who
Trista.
in the chat room says they thought it was really soon for Justin?
Kelly.
I'm really agreeing with Kelly.
But do you
like, really? 3 months, dude? You were together and fought so hard to be with each other, and like, really?
But I feel like the love for Adrian is still there. I think what brought Kayla and Justin together is the grief that they both had, and so they have the comfort of each other, and I think it's progressing into something more.
Do you like them together?
I find it very interesting, actually. I would have never thought to put them together, but I actually like them together. And I don't know if it's because Adrian and Kayla kind of fall into the same category. You know what I mean?
Type?
Yeah, of like type and like how they are. They're like strong women and you know, had careers and
good, solid women.
Yeah. And so I think, you know, she was just replaced with like another, and they're best friends, so of course they would have like similar qualities
They're
together.
both rebounds.
Yeah, I agree with you,
Yeah.
Tony. I like them together. It's interesting. It's something that I wouldn't have thought about, but no, I think it could go into a really good plot, and then potentially Steve is still around, but that's going to lead into a whole new area.
RC said Adrian's cancer returned. Will helped with her death. No, Adrian's cancer did not return because Jennifer was like, oh my God, did the cancer come back? And they were like, no, she was still cancer free.
The only way that would be plausible is if they didn't tell anybody. Is if to everybody, is if it was just a secret between Will and Adrian. But I don't know, RC.
This is no assisted.
Ron Carlivati. I don't think he would say I think someone's playing us.
No, I think they thought that, but no. Right? No, they specifically said that
it was an accident. They've said that a couple times, I think.
And that her cancer was still in remission. So there's that on that. With that.
Yep.
Now, before the time jump, was Justin, Will, all of them, were they all staying under the Kyriakis mansion, or that wasn't?
Yes.
They were.
Sonny and Will. And Adrian and Justin.
So they were in the Kyriakis mansion. Okay, get interesting. I'm just saying. I don't know if they you know. So her death was around when she was living in that mansion.
Well, Justin, I think it's always been assumed or like not said, like when Justin and Adrian aren't on screen, they're still like residents of the Kyriakis mansion. We just don't see them. So they've been there for a while. And then Will and Sonny have also been there since they got back together. I think.
But you have to. Okay. So with Adrian's death, the only nuggets that we got was that it appeared to be an accident. It happened quick, and she died from internal injuries.
Yeah.
So
Because when Kayla came out to Justin, said we did everything we could, but there was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internal injuries and internal bleeding.
Yeah.
And they couldn't take it.
Okay.
And there was no spark of light.
No spark of light.
No
Where's
spark of
Rolf? Is
light.
still not around. We don't know where he is.
So I thought this week we were gonna find out. We were gonna find out why.
How
she died. But it's still like
Still up in the air.
speculation.
Yeah.
Me World 2 says Adrian begging Will to kill her because her cancer came back would rather be immature of her part. True. But again, they didn't know. They didn't there was no cancer. They null and voided that.
I think it was a drunk driving thing, but why Will would be drunk? Like, what happened for him to do that? Because that's so out of character for him.
But,
So-
are we speculating that that's what happened?
Yeah, only because that reference to Daniel, where I think Maggie, or somebody said, Maggie was able to forgive
Kate
Eric.
said, yeah.
Yeah.
Kate brought it up.
And that's the only reason. It's like, oh, he was drinking and driving and hit Adrian by accident. Or in another car or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened so quickly. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I just want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to know. All right. So trucking right along, we have Chad, Abigail, Gina, Steffi, and then John, Marlena, and Eli.
Yeah.
Can I just say Marlena is not having hope.
I love Marlena. She's good.
So remind me, how their relationship.
Hope and Marlena?
Yeah. So they've had their ups and downs.
But mostly they've been friends.
They've been
Their only downs were when Hope was Gina before.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty much their only down.
okay.
Other than that, they're
Because
friends.
she's Marlena's pretty quick to judge Hope right now, which kind of surprises me.
Because I feel like Marlena senses something ain't right.
Something's wrong.
Because even when she walked in and she was like, it seemed like I was interrupting something. And she's the one that called out this week, like, it seems like she was seducing you.
Yes.
And like, but there's still...
John's like, ooh.
Yeah.
He's
Drunk
so
John's
dopey.
funny. I like John.
No, this was sober.
Drunk
This was
John.
sober John.
No, the same night Marlena came home, he was still drunk on the wine.
No, but I mean,
Hope
the
was
next day
Gina.
when she said, it looked like she was seducing you. That was the next morning. So he was sober.
that was the
He's
next
like,
one.
oh, that would be silly.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because it's been a whole year.
Is that your John impression? Can you add a doc in there?
Dog.
Fact.
Oh, yeah, and that's a fact.
That's a fact.
But we were all wondering, how's it been
I
a
love
whole
him so
year without anyone thinking, okay, what's going on with Hope? She's acting weird. But as soon as Marlena steps on the scene, right away, boom. The ball,
Marlena's
it's
great
going.
like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because of what she walked in on and
The situation.
and seemingly how like Hope wasn't catching the hint. Like, all right, bitch, you gotta go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm back. Like, we want some alone time.
Yeah.
Like, we about to do some things in this room that you don't need to hear.
Say, I feel bad for her. Why doesn't she stay? We have a lock on the door.
John always gives the women in his life the benefit of the doubt, even when they're
so
duping him.
annoying.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
It's
annoying.
It's just weird. But let me tell you what I'm living for. I'm just living for the fact that every time she gets a call to come down to the station, she is bothered.
Yeah,
She
having
is
a job.
so bothered.
She's like, I'm not cut out for
She
this.
would rather be sitting in that loft with Steffi, painting that picture.
In her chair, in her what do
Yes,
you
on her
call it?
throne.
Yes.
Her random throne in there.
Where did
Are we
the
shocked
prop
that
people get
she's
that?
commissioner again? Because remember last
Oh
week
my God,
we were
yes.
all
That
was
talking
great.
about, okay, who's commissioner now? They
I
never
thought it was
really,
Rafe.
yeah. But no, then they made Hope
It was
Princess
so
Gina.
glossed over.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden we all realized, oh my God,
Yeah.
Gina's commissioner, and then boom.
And she,
Yeah.
but I have to say she plays Hope well.
Mm-hmm.
When
When she's
goes
in hope mode, yeah.
Yeah, she does it well.
When she's walking to the station all worried, like, oh my gosh, we are not resting until we find this baby. Move.
Get out there.
And then she just sits down and just starts going through her stuff.
Working's exhausting.
Oh.
There's at one point she said to Rafe, she's like, okay, you've got this handled, I'm gonna go. And he's like, are you gonna stay? She's like, oh, yes, I just need to go get my laptop.
He gave her that look.
Like, and then he even looked over like, this is weird.
Yeah.
All
As
the
she-
men are giving the side eye, and then
UMOP3PLSND mentioned what was up with the marmalade scene. So when
when they're having breakfast.
and then it was
'Cause that's
apricot.
Gina's favorite.
And then so I think that was nugget number 2. Because first it was the wine, and then second is the apricot.
I love that
jam.
That wine.
Jam.
She
Yeah.
puts it on herself.
Oh.
My God.
And then Marlena's like, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what she said about the.
And did you think that Princess Gina's remark to Marlena of however did we ever
That would have been my 3 snaps.
not get along with,
What?
or whatever? How did
What's
we
she
not
saying?
ever get along
How
without
did we?
you?
Oh, Marlena, how did we ever get along without you? Like the
Yes.
shade she threw
Do you
at
think
Marlena.
that was like severe shade? I didn't think that
Yes.
was such.
Yeah,
I loved
was
it.
Yeah.
No, wait. It was
She
also
said, "Excuse me."
Yeah, and then it was glossed over
Yeah.
because John came out.
no. That was when she was on the phone, right?
That was a different time.
Well, no. She threw shade when she was on the phone, and like, did she say something like she has the audacity to throw me out? And then Marlena was like,
Yeah.
"Excuse me."
I think that was when Marlena first came out, and then
Yeah.
during the conversation, that's when Hope Gina said because
No.
Marlena said something, I don't remember what, and then Gina said, "Oh yes, Marlena, how did we ever get along without you?" Like really sassy.
Oh, yes.
And then
When she
Marlena
was-
was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah. No. When she was on the phone and she said that, she was like, and I was like,
That was hysterical.
"This Gina girl, like how?"
See, it's snort worthy. Absolutely
Like,
snort worthy.
like, oh, girl, I'm sorry, I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh no, I wasn't talking about you. No."
That
But
is
Marlena
awesome.
is not having it. She is like, "Girl."
Can we? Speaking of not having it, this Steffi thing. What's the dealio? Because those hands are not an older man's hands.
Okay, so
He's also standing.
He's standing,
and
and
Stefano
his
wasn't very able-bodied when we last
physique
saw him.
is slender. Like you can tell, this is not Stefano.
Those are Nuggets 1 and 2.
Yes.
He just looks. Well, he looks younger. That's nugget number 2. He lost at chess. That's always a clue that Stefano's not really Stefano when he loses at chess. He lost.
Did you
to-
mention this last
But
week?
didn't he lose on purpose?
Oh, did he?
I thought there was something said that he lost on purpose. But no, then Gina said, "I'm shocked that you lost."
Yeah. She said she was shocked, and then she's like, "I didn't realize I ruined your concentration."
I feel
So,
like
yeah.
someone else mentioned, I don't know where I saw this at, that there was another time where Stefano lost.
Yes, when back in 1996,
Look
they
at
had
him. It was January 5th, 1996.
picture
at
it, Salem,
7:30.
1996. They had arrested Stefano and had him in jail. Marlena was taking Rachel Blake on a flight to get Rachel's face fixed because Rachel had been burned in a fire that Stefano had caused, blah, 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 blah. So, as Marlena was getting on the plane with who she thought was Rachel, a guard in jail guarding Stefano lost at chess. John comes in and the guard was like, "I can't believe I beat him at chess." And John's like, "Oh, no one ever beat Stefano at chess." And the guy peels off a face mask, and then Stefano is actually on the plane with Marlena.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
So that's nugget number 3 then.
That he lost at chess, yeah.
Yeah. So hands.
There could be
standing, and
there could be doubt to that though because he's playing against Chad. And it's his son. They have a.
he wants to see
If it's
him.
really Stefano.
Yeah.
But
they can't
I
do
don't
that.
think it is.
No,
But I think
it can't be.
someone else mentioned, I think maybe it was Abigail, that like, "Oh, you won? You won. Wait."
What?
Yeah,
And it was-
she walked in.
Yeah.
And it was Chad too who said, "Wait, he lost? He never loses. I'm not going to question it." And then
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
continues on.
Yeah.
His reaction when he won, like, yes!
Yeah.
Well, now
so
we know
cute.
Steffi is at the Salem Inn in room 311.
That room looks nothing
Yes.
like the other Salem Inn rooms. Do they have like?
Well, we haven't seen the room yet
Oh.
because he just walked in.
He just walked in.
And then
So
we don't.
Gina's
What are you
loft
thinking
is
of?
not in the same. Okay,
No.
I was
No.
confused.
No,
I
no,
thought.
That's downtown. Her loft is downtown Salem.
Downtown
It's in my
Salem.
brain.
Okay.
There's downtown lofts, you know.
The Salem Arts District.
Exactly.
Because I was with you, I was like, "Oh, is he going?" I was like, "Wait a minute!" But then when they showed him at
Outside.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't make.
I was thinking the same thing too for a second. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, I didn't know she's at the Salem Inn. That makes no sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought that they were going to show Chad again on Friday because I'm always trying to guess what is the cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger.
So I thought Chad walking in and seeing his facial expression was going to be the last thing on Friday, but then it wasn't, and I was like, "Oh, they ran out of time." ran out of time.
So he just walked in.
Yeah,
cut it.
and
Cut
then
that.
they cut it on something else.
They cut it on
was
what
the-
we forgot to mention in the first storyline, Nicole and Eric proposing to Nicole.
Oh.
I think this is gonna lead to. I think Nicole's gonna
Spill the beans.
Yeah. Because she already feels guilty.
Well, she was hesitant because she was like,
Everybody's starting to feel guilty that they've kept the secret from
For a
Eric.
year.
Well, I
and we
think-
have to understand it's been a year.
well, I
Yeah.
think now especially that Mickey got kidnapped.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess
And Sarah even mentioned that she thought it was kind of like retribution
Yes.
for keeping the secret.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's what the show ended on.
But man, that scene between Xander and Nicole, where he's defending the right to be called her father.
That was.
Man, Paul Telfer,
Oh.
holy jeez
Oh, yeah.
Louise.
Yeah.
He.
Man, just ripped your heart out, yeah?
But I was like, yeah, you really stepped in
Oh my
and
God.
did that.
He went through. He was like, I was in the delivery room.
I was the one
was
up with the midnight craving.
She called me Dada.
When she said Dada, I was the person that she was looking at. I was the one holding her hair when she was sick. Like all that stuff, and I was just like,
I'm her father in every sense of the word that matters.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, marry me.
But you know when Eric finds out, he's gonna come busting in and be like, "Those my
Well,
baby.
he just needs to
Give him baby
step
back."
back. Brr.
He takes every opportunity to talk shiz about Xander.
I'm sorry. When he walks in the room, what is he gonna say?
He's gonna be like, "Give my baby back."
Is that Brady or Eric?
That's the Eric
know,
voice.
every man
it
in
was
my
never
every
Brady.
man.
It was always Eric.
It was always.
It was always Eric.
It was
Yes,
always-
thank you.
It was always.
Give my baby back.
Give my
Eric
baby back.
Morsoff, it was never about
I'll
Brady.
give my baby back, baby back, baby back. That's what you sounded like.
Ribs.
Ribs.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We're all ridiculous.
I
Little
do
bit.
not want Eric and Sarah.
No one
No.
wants that. Even
She
Greg
was-
Vaughn knows that.
Yeah.
He said it Day of Days. He was like, nobody like that. Or no,
Yeah,
it was
Lindsay
Lindsay.
said
It was
that,
Lindsay. It
yes.
wasn't Eric. It
She's
wasn't
like,
Greg.
everybody
It was Lindsay.
hated
He's like,
Eric
which
and
nobody
Sarah.
liked.
But she was close to spilling it. I thought it was going to come
Yeah.
out this week.
I thought
And
it
I
was
get
too.
it. Feeling so guilty.
One thing about Nicole is that she will be devious and she'll keep a secret. Her conscience always seems to get the best of her, though. That little
Well, it's because she's being selfish too, because she knows that Eric will.
He's not gonna dump her. Like if she had told him
Are you kidding?
earlier
I have
on.
no faith in that.
After
Tammy.
a year.
After
So-
the way he's dumped Jennifer, dumped
But
Sarah.
Nicole's the love of his life. I think if she had told him earlier, they could have figured something out.
No.
Now there's no way he's going to
Picture
stay
it.
with her.
Cabin
Picture this.
in an unknown location. All of a sudden, Nicole comes walking out. She's alive. They take the ferry back to Salem, to which Eric goes, I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm going to be with Nicole now.
Well, but that made sense to me because Nicole's the love of his life. Sarah was
well,
never the love
okay,
of his
you
life.
do have a point because that's the reason he dumped Jennifer too. He dumped Jennifer
Exactly.
because he thought Nicole was alive.
Exactly.
I get it, but
She should have had more faith in that.
I get it, but
She's Nicole.
and he's Eric, flavor of the week, Eric.
No. That's just wrong. Okay, so no, I can't break up a happy home. I was gonna compare you and Ernie with someone else, and like, who would you go with? But I guess you better say Ernie because that's who you got to go home to. But I'm just saying, like if you start a relationship with someone, there are obviously strong feelings there,
Yeah.
and if for some reason the love of your life returns, in that moment, are you just gonna be like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go over to the love of my life.
I'm just saying.
Sorry
when
to this woman.
It's not when the love of your life is dead, presumed dead, and they come back. Whatever relationship you're in is bye.
Bye.
It's bye.
Bye.
Yeah, love of life is not dead. You gotta revisit. You have to go back to that. You don't have a choice.
I've never been through that situation, so I can't really give an honest opinion about
I
that.
haven't either, but I
Knock on wood, none of us ever do.
you know.
But
It's not. It's not like love of life. They broke up and love of life moved on with someone else and then
Right.
came back. It's
Yeah.
like, well, no, you just don't leave. But
What were you laughing at?
you slurping your tea over there.
Slip
That's
away.
it.
I thought you saw
Yeah.
something in the chat. I was like, what'd they say?
Oh
But
no,
it was me.
the sound effect got me.
Back to Chad and Abigail. Show of hands.
He's so cute.
Do we like that Abigail is meddling or dislike that Abigail is meddling?
I'm okay with it.
Give me that laptop.
I like it.
I like it.
She's a strong woman.
They're equals. They're a team.
I don't know. I'm like, I understand being a team, but I'm like, girl, like, talk to Chad. Let him deal with it. But, like, then Chad looks at you and say, all right, girl, we in this together. But, like, give me this.
When it comes to Stefano, Chad can't think straight. There's so much emotional
Well, it's
stuff.
his father.
That I know. And
Who
so
might be
that's why I
alive.
like Abigail in the mix.
And Abigail is all like messing stuff up, like, "Hey, bitch, this is me, Abigail, and you know, get up off my man's laptop. And if you actually want to talk to him, if this is you, then you gonna come meet us and you gonna come find us. We still at the Demare Mansion. Where you at?"
She's just protective over him.
Yeah.
She's just protective. So with Chad, when it comes to his father, like you mentioned, Tammy, sometimes he just doesn't think things throughly.
Because Stefano's done some bad things to Chadwick.
Chadwick.
Yeah.
Did you just read that too?
What?
Someone in the chat room goes, "Plot twist: Haley Chen and Stefano."
Oh.
Stupid.
And we don't. Wait. So, yeah, I'm just kind of backing up with the Haley's demise by the hands of Kristen. It's like throwing
We still
down the
don't know.
stairs.
She got thrown down the
Type
stairs.
thing. Yeah. So I'm thinking, Kristen lost her mind when she lost the baby and like threw her down. Like maybe Haley was at the house like giving birth, like helping her or something during the
That's what I
emergency.
said.
Yeah. And then
And something went wrong.
Kristen just lost her mind and accidentally, like she fell down the stairs.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like an
Because
accident.
like it's like when Julie fell down the stairs.
That was an accident.
Yeah.
That was
And
a tug of war.
Yeah, and
then
I'm
she
thinking
lost her
maybe
footing.
that's
No,
what happened with
I
Haley.
I think Kristen gave her a good old showgirls moment.
You
Was
think
like,
so?
boom, I'm like,
I
made her
don't
fall.
think so.
I think so.
Accident.
I can't wait till that gets
I
unleashed.
just want to
Still so
know.
much we don't
I
know.
want to know what's happening, what's going on. Fans are.
The writers have really done a good job of making
Yes.
us watch
And there's, like, little
craving.
reveals.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I saw a comment. I'm not sure where I saw. I think I saw it on our DISHIN Days Facebook page. Where this woman said, "I haven't watched Days in 6 weeks," and I come back and it's all like different. And I'm
Yes.
like, girl,
You could have watched last week and
you
come back
could
and it'd be all
look.
different.
All you need to know is time jump. A year later,
It's a new day.
it is a brand new day.
New day, new year.
New
New
Salem.
day, new day, new year, new Salem.
So now, and Eli's kind of in that
Well,
mix now because he's,
he got
He's
caught
in it.
on the laptop.
right. So he's trying to figure out what they're up to. They're trying to get
Oh, yeah.
their whole agenda is to oust Gabby and take over Demara from Gabby. But they need to keep that from Eli because Eli's,
Yeah, Eli is
And I know
sneaking
I
in.
wasn't here, but oh my God, when they're going at it on the couch and it triggers Julie's. Oh my God, that was like, who thought of that storyline? Because that was brilliant.
And it got
God.
everyone
Loved it.
suspicious. Like, this hasn't happened since a year.
Yes, I just love that moment. So
All right, and that was it, right?
that's
Yep.
it.
All right.
I think so.
Well, we have a bit of news. No, not
yeah.
news and gossip, but business.
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 Yes.
Business. Hey, Michael Mattis, what the business?
The business is, we just want to thank all of you, our viewers, for making AfterBuzz TV the ESPN of TV talk. If you're on YouTube watching us right now, hit thumbs up. If you're listening on iTunes, post a comment and give us a 5-star rating. Anything to show your appreciation for what we do, and because we appreciate what we're able to do here, and we appreciate what we're able to do for you as part of the AfterBuzz TV team. And we truly appreciate you supporting us in what we do. Don't forget to tell your friends, share our links, and keep enjoying our shows.
Please,
and
share the love.
comment. Yeah.
Tidbits.
Yes.
Will, Sonny, Evan. Yeah.
There was only really one tidbit.
Yeah, and then Kate and Chad.
So yeah,
Evan. Yeah. How do you feel about? Like,
I like Evan.
He's
I
cute.
think-
He's
yeah.
got some juju.
is that
like
hair product or was that?
no.
He definitely...
He's got some. What am I trying to say?
Charisma?
Like chemistry. He's got some.
He's charismatic.
Charisma. That's the word I was looking for.
He draws
Charisma.
you in, but he
Yeah.
definitely has a backstory. which
Well, yeah.
I think we're going to dive into a little bit
Well,
later.
his backstory,
Yeah.
according to him, was that he was in a relationship in L.A., needed somewhere to go to unwind, found Salem because he thought it was drama-free.
Drama-free. That's
Yeah.
so
Girl, I
brilliant.
about fell out when he
Yeah.
said he came to a city that he thought was drama free.
And
I was
Sonny
like,
was laughing out
Yeah.
loud.
He did not do his
He did not do
research
his
thoroughly.
research.
yeah. It's like, I mean, you could have Googled Salem, and I'm pretty sure it came up with all the articles. And that's when you go,
Nope.
And
Move on.
didn't Chad get into Sonny's face? Like, did you go out on a date?
Yeah,
That was a cool conversation.
Because Sonny came over for brunch.
Yeah, that was cool.
yeah, I did like that conversation that because again,
Sonny
Sonny
Bunny.
and Chad are friends, and I like the way that that Billy and Freddie played that friendship because it has nothing to do with sexuality or anything like that. Like, as Sonny is talking about this guy and everything like that, like Chad was like all of us, like that good Judy that's like, who's that? You went on a date? You know, it was very like that, and you're like, good work, Chad.
Yeah.
Good for you for being
Yeah.
a friend.
Like, let's just check this.
Well, because he's friends with both Sonny. It's not just Sonny. It's Sonny and Will.
Yeah.
They were all like.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a storyline where they were all like in business together at one point, like a
with that-
betting
with
or
the
a
coffee shop?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's and Chad calls Sonny Sonny Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm interested to see Evan in this mix.
And then Sonny actually took initiative and called Evan and invited him
asked him
out
out.
for a drink.
Yeah, it's starting.
Oh.
It's happening.
Side note, going back to that whole conversation, even like, you know, Chad being like, do you think he's gay? I think so. And I was like, oh my God, those are conversations I have with my good girlfriends. Oh my God, I love it. That inquisitive, like, you think he is?
think so?
Like, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
They always come to us. The girls always come to us. Like
Yeah.
in my office, I'm like one of 3 men in my office. And whenever an attractive man comes in for whatever reason, the girls come, what do you think? And I'm like,
What, do you
the,
have like
the
a
radar
special
didn't.
radar?
The radar didn't pay. Like sometimes it does. The radar definitely is like boop boop boop. But
Especially when you know the person.
well, yeah.
They
But
come sashaying in, you're like, girl. Oh, girl.
yeah,
Oh, girl.
girl.
Oh, girl. Oh, girl.
There's also the nugget of
that
info that, or maybe we got this last week and I just don't remember it, but that Will told Sonny not to come see him anymore.
Oh, yeah, I think that was this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because Kate came to see Will.
That was a nice
That was
conversation,
great.
too.
Yeah.
I love that they're still like it's for a long time it was Marlena was Will's like go-to, but I like that the Kate and Will relationship is still being presented to us.
But I think they
both had the
both
relationship,
grandmothers had a great relationship.
I just
with
remember
Will.
when the Will coming out storyline, it was
It was more Marlena.
He always went to Marlena. Kate was
Yeah.
supportive,
Yes.
but it was always Marlena. I feel like that relationship was more explored, but now we're getting more. Kate's a go-to. Kate's a go-to grandmother for different reasons. Like when Ted Laurent is blackmailing you.
Exactly.
I think we're going to hear the story when Marlena goes visits Will, because she even said to John, I got to go see Will. And Marlena is kind of in the dark because she's been gone for a year. So it wouldn't surprise me if they shed light when Will and Marlena are
You think that's when we're going to find out exactly what happened?
I think it's going to, maybe not all of it, but I think it's definitely going to get the ball rolling for sure.
So that brings me to 2
Gotta
points.
know.
John's reaction to Marlena saying, I'm going to go see Will, really annoyed me.
What happened?
Because he seemed all put out.
Oh, because he wanted a little afternoon delight. I
You
think.
know, he wanted to, I guess, spend more time with her.
Yeah, he did.
So he got all...
After Hope left.
All right, fine. So that annoyed me. It's like,
Runway's clear. Let's go.
that wine stain was looking good until Marlena walked in. I'm just saying.
Just
and
saying.
Will and Sonny aren't divorced, right?
No.
No.
So why is
That's
Sonny
never been-
calling him for a date? What is he doing?
Well, because so they keep mentioning that there's conflict because I think Sonny is still in love with Will, but
He's Hoyt.
he's the reason why Adrian's dead. So there's like conflict with that. But
in Sonny's head, there's conflicting feelings
yeah.
about Will.
But also
my God.
even when Sonny went to see Will in jail, he couldn't look at Will.
No.
Like he was
That
there.
was pretty
Couldn't look him in the
bad.
eye.
Yeah, and
That
he
was
was
really
like,
bad.
it was kind of like, all right, drew this picture for you. She told me to hand deliver it to you. And he's like,
Drew? Who's Drew?
Ari drew.
Ari
Oh,
drew
Ari drew.
the.
It's like, drew this picture for him. A year later, it's a new baby girl.
but he couldn't, and then I think that's why Will was just like, yeah, don't come here anymore. Because it's obviously
don't do that.
Well, because it's obviously hard for Sonny to come and show support and love for Will when Will is the person who killed his mother.
I know.
Like it's such a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
I thought it was Sonny who was the one that was backing away from Will, but it was Will.
It was Will who kind of
pushed him away.
But I also think because this is just my opinion, Will wanted to release him of his obligation to come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Make it easier for him.
It was like, girl, let it go. Let me go.
Man, calling Evan for cocktails, that's just like, dude, you are just asking for trouble.
I mean, I don't think Sonny has malintentions by that. I think he's just hoping for,
He was hoping
a little
better
afternoon delight.
But we all know where this is going.
Netflix and chill.
Disney and Thrust.
Wow.
Okay.
Y'all haven't seen those memes yet?
I haven't seen that one. No,
There's
that's
a-
new to me.
There's Disney Plus and Thrust.
Oh, Disney Plus. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
the Disney Plus just came out.
Disney
I'm
Plus
sure
and Thrust.
Disney's loving that because that's so brand. Wow. All right.
Sorry to Disney.
Hey,
to
186
Disney.
live viewers. How are you?
Yay!
Welcome to our show.
Welcome to our crazy, wacky show.
Who's Drew?
Someone started that. And that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was pretty much the show.
I guess so.
Okay. I'm also trying to make sure we talked about everything with Will and Sonny.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just don't like what Sonny's doing. Okay. Yeah. We talked about it. Yeah. I think we covered everything.
You just got to make sure.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I know, we don't want to get those tweets.
Just saying. Okay, so wait. So, show of hands.
Yeah.
Are we here for Sonny and Evan?
Not unless he and Will officially break up.
But you know what? I think it's in Sonny's character to not fully pursue something without making sure that is done. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I wish Leo were back on the camera.
Me too!
Okay.
Because
Leo and
I would
Paul.
totally
Bring
be
back
into
Leo and
Leo.
Paul. Have a
Yes.
nice gay quad angle.
Yes.
Or 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because
Fivesome. And, I mean, not that way, but,
And that'll
you
be
know.
the gays of our lives.
Yes, exactly. Have a nice little cluster
Leo
of
throwing himself all over
homosexuals.
Sonny,
It's all
I just
great.
I love that.
Sonny, Eric, Xander.
Everyone I know, because he's just a healthy sexual man.
I love
Shout
it.
out to Greg Rickard.
Yes,
I
we
still
Really
miss
made an
you.
impression with us.
We miss you.
But can you imagine if Leo was still on the canvas
Oh,
and him and Xander went into cahoots together?
yes!
How amazing
Yes.
Titan would be right now with those two.
Dynamic duo. They were everything. Love it.
That would have been a
That's
great
like my
surprise if
word,
after the
everything.
time jump, Leo was like
Was
Yeah.
there. But
Yeah,
fortunately, Greg got work.
darn it. All right, well, that has been your week of days, and it's now time for our favorite part of the show, which are our segments, and it's now time for my favorite segment, mine. It's Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. All right, so listen. You ever, as a person, just don't care about things, especially when it has to do with other people? Imagine you actually walking a mile in someone else's shoes and just not caring about what they do. And that was Princess Gina, who did not give 2 shiz about her work as Hope as police commissioner. Because every time that phone rung, she was just like,
Oh, God.
it's the station again. I guess I have to go. Ugh. Or no, my favorite was always this. That whole thing. So I'm sorry, I was living my life with that. So Christian Alfonso, Princess Gina, for not giving no cares about your job as police commissioner, and you would rather stay at home, paint a portrait of Steffi, and talk to him. You get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
I have
All
a
right.
question about Gina this time around.
Yes?
Sorry, Tammy, before
Yes.
we get to designer days.
You have a
I
lot of questions about Gina.
I do because I was very much against Princess Gina coming back. I feel like this Gina is a little more campy, a little more fun, a little more shady than Princess Gina of before was. Like,
Yeah.
they were writing her very seriously, and it just didn't resonate with me. Now, I'm kind of digging it.
Okay,
like,
good. I
with her
like it.
sassy and her looks and her, like you were saying, like, on the phone. Like, I'm laughing out loud. So I think it's just, I was thinking, like, oh, I was so against this, but maybe it'll be written differently, and I think it is being written differently.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of
Shade.
slowly getting back on board with it.
Because you have to think that back then she was just fully Princess Gina.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we were more in her world of, being, where was she from?
What island?
It was somewhere over there in the Europes or something. and like, she was fully her, she was fully well known, she was around her people and everything like that. Now cut to 2019, she now has to be Hope in Hope's world, which is frustrating for her. So of course she's gonna be catty about it.
So
of course she's gonna take the finest of champagnes at the Brady Pub and go,
No, when she
spit
was
it out.
at John and Marlena's, and she just kind of went.
like, no one has no taste in this town. So I think that's what
I'm getting on board with it.
Yeah.
Good job. Well, good job, Kristen Alfonso, because I think she's delivering it very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
and now
that was
it's
my
time
segment.
for.
So I'm thinking it's all things Princess Gina, because Designer Days is going to Christian Alfonso. The one upside to this whole Princess Gina storyline is her wardrobe, because I never liked Hope's wardrobe. Loving this. So this blouse, it's Cara chain print blouse by L'Argence. For our podcast listeners, it's a royal blue kind of silk blouse with this gold motif that's being threaded through. It's really pretty. You can find it, you can't find this blouse because they taped so far ahead and sold out. Nordstrom's is sold out. On L'Argence's website, it's sold out. But,
Oh, go keep going.
oh, okay. You can go on to L'Argence.com. It's LARGENCE.com, because their blouses are really beautiful. They're pricey. They run from about $195 to about $400, but this is timeless and beautiful and gorgeous and splurge. 'Tis the season. So, Christian Alfonso, Princess Gina, you get.
And now it's time for. Caption that.
All right, this week's caption comes courtesy.
Before you do
of-
caption.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just.
Oh my God.
Tasting my own medicine. All right, so this week's caption, that photo comes courtesy of Ben Weston and Clyde Weston, right?
Yep.
Yeah. In their prison jumpsuits. And this week's caption goes to Lisa Newman, Ultra Hottie 2000. I believe she's won captioned that before. She won again this week with her caption, "How many times do I have to tell you, Dad? Flush the toilet."
Oh, because the toilets are in the cell.
But I
Gross.
mean, I think this was in like the common room or whatever.
Oh.
But I mean, who knows? There may be a John over there that's not getting flushed.
Yeah.
I was trying to do that in a Robert Scott Wilson voice, and it didn't come out as Robert. It just,
You mean this isn't the Robert Scott Wilson voice?
no, that's Eric. Character Eric, not
Eric.
actor Eric. How many times do I have to tell you, Dad? Flush the toilet. See, I can't do it.
Can't do
I can't do Robert Scott Wilson's voice, like with the Boston accent to it. I can't do it. Yeah.
Maybe you
Anyway.
have to say Sarah first and then like.
Well, Xander calls her Ciara.
He did.
Xander calls her Ciara.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Anyway, that was this week's.
Caption that. And now it's time for.
It's like, aww. Okay, our moment of the week goes to Chad and Abigail. Abigail is afraid she will lose Chad again if he meets with Stefano and lets his father back into his life. Chad reassures her he won't go down that path again, and as long as she is in his corner, he will be fine. Abigail says she will always be in his corner. So, and I love that little smirk at the end that Chad has.
He's perfected that smirk.
It's good. It's cute. Now I know why Days brought back this power couple. I love. So Chad and Abigail, you get my all moment of the week. Hey, what? It's like, aww.
All right, and shout out as always to Me World 2, who has his oh shiz moment of the week, and I just
haven't seen
retweeted
it yet. Did you?
Yeah, it's when
I always look forward to it.
it's when Sarah found that the baby wasn't in there.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
so the video puts oh shiz where the baby carriage is with no baby. So I just retweeted it. So if you want to check that out, make sure you do. Thank you, Me World 2, for doing that. I love the fact that we have added Me World 2
To our rundown,
segment.
yes.
It's hilarious to me. All right, and now it's time for
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, guys. Well, after a crazy week last week of speculation and news reports and this is happening, that's happening, no, that's not happening, no, this is happening. We finally got news this week that Days has been renewed for another year. Ken Corday reportedly made the announcement to the cast this week, and so we can look forward to seeing much more drama through fall of 2021. Congratulations to all of the cast and crew of our favorite show, and our fans were also excited to hear about the news. Lisa Marie Chamberlain says, "Yay!" Jennifer Maggio says, "That's awesome news, woohoo! I had faith it would get renewed, such a relief." Pam Dionise says, "Thank goodness, I've been watching since 1968."
Wow.
And lastly,
That's
Adam
amazing.
Noonan says, I had no doubt that the show was going to get renewed, LOL, but it's definitely nice not having to wait until February to hear about
Yeah.
it.
True.
So,
And Freddie Smith on his Instagram, if you go to his profile, the link in his profile, he speaks about how the cast found out.
yes.
Yeah.
oh, he did.
He
I
was
didn't see
working that morning, but had gone home, and so he talks it through, and it's
Yeah.
very cool. So go on his Insta.
You guys have to tune into the Freddie and Alyssa show because just recently Freddie talked about the renewal
Yep.
of Days. He also had Chandler Massey on the show. He also had Brock Kelly on the show as well. So make sure you tune in to the Freddie and Alyssa show. They're doing wonderful work over there. And lots of information direct from dual cast members. So go check that out.
All right, and a fan that really broke the internet this week, and hopefully we can get the video of Jennifer in the booth. There's a Twitter link in there that hopefully you can play. Josh Prey, this very emphatic Days of Our Lives fan, posted a video last week when all of the news reports were coming out about was it not going to, and his response to the renewal was just as emphatic and just as popular, so hopefully we can get the video up.
Well, it was so popular that a lot of the Days stars, Deidre Hall, Lindsay Godfrey, Paul Telfer, Eric Martzoff, all retweeted and mentioned his reaction. But
I want to get deep in stuff. I want to yell at the TV. Sandra, you wrong, Sandra. But Sandra, I love you, Sandra. You my favorite actor. They told me Days of Our Lives has been renewed. See? Don't tell me nothing about nothing. For all you people that say, you just a fan, you just a person that talk. NBC ain't gonna listen. I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog right now. I'm so excited. To the writers, to the creators, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being great. To the cast, thank y'all for acting so well and sharing your lives and stuff with me, because some of that stuff be seeming real. Like some of the stuff that y'all go through, I feel like I can go through that stuff at home by myself. And if my old lady ever do some of the stuff that y'all do on this show, I'm telling you right now, I'm taking her to the moon. And to NBC, thank you for caring. Thank you for caring what the fan think. Thank you for caring what the viewer, the listener. Thank you for caring, because all these other networks and these other stations, these other people don't want to hear us, and they be canceling stuff, and then they be giving us stuff we don't want to see. I don't want to see nights of our lives. I want to see days of our lives. I don't want to see evening weekends of our time. I want to see days of our lives. For all the shows that got canceled, I'm sorry, but days of our lives.
Make sure you guys tune in to his full video. He had two. He had one when he found out that it was going to possibly be canceled, and then this one when the show got renewed. Now, also, y'all know, I have been advocating for years to be on Days of Our Lives.
You have?
What? That's news to us.
And Josh Prey was coming for my cameo. And he was
I knew
like,
you were good.
he was like, hashtag Josh Prey cameo. And I was like, hold up. I ain't got mine yet. But then Selena, who's on Twitter, mentioned how it would be great if Josh and I made cameos on the show. And then Lindsay Godfrey signed, sealed, delivered that too. And even said we can come as best friends of hers from medical school. And I was like, yes, and we can have a drink in the Brady Pub. So I was like, I'm here for it. Somebody, let's make this cameo happen. But I know Josh Brady can get his cameo for mine. I'm just saying. But we actually did reach out to Josh to try to get him on the show. He busy. So Josh, if you somehow watch this, contact us. We would love to talk to you more about the wonderfulness of the Days of All of the Lives.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, well, one event that we are excited to talk about is Spectrum Celebrity Events in DISHIN Days 5-year anniversary. Taking place Saturday, March 21st and Sunday, March 22nd. Events will include a reception on Saturday and a breakfast on Sunday. And there'll be stars coming, 6. We have Stacey Hayduke, Paul Tefler, Billy Flynn, Kate Mansi, Scott Shillstone, Eric Martsolf, and Jen Lilly. The events will take place at the Burbank Marriott and will be hosted by our very own Tony Moore.
Yes!
You can get all the info and purchase tickets at www.spectrumcelebrityevents.com.
Yes.
I have to say, I love that Scott and Matt put like an Easter egg on the flyers. Because it was, before they started filling in the silhouettes, it was a silhouette of my headshot. And then they did this nice reveal, and I was like, oh my goodness,
That was
that's
very
so
sweet.
nice. I like
That was
that. And we'll all be there. We'll all be there. We'll all be there. So
I'm down for breakfast.
Yeah.
And dinner.
We
Free
are.
meal. I'm there.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you guys. Tickets are on sale now.
Get your tickets.
Yes.
And you spend the holidays with our biggest fan, Eric Martsolf. So when you think about the holidays, you think of Eric Martsolf. Eric is currently starring in the holiday musical celebration Welcome Home for the Holidays at the Welk Resort in Escondido, California. That's near San Diego. On Saturdays, now through December 29th. You can join Eric along with other stars of stage and screen celebrating the things we love most about this wonderful time of year. Complete information and tickets are available at sanDiegotickets.welkresorts.com.
Yes. He posted a video of like a rehearsal, and they were spelling his name out. And he was like, wow. And I was like, this is going to be an interesting show.
Aw, how nice. And our friends Paul and Keith at Starstruck have many events coming up in the new year featuring Days cast members. Event locations include the Jekyll Island, Georgia, Port Jefferson, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Port Jefferson.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. You can complete info about each event at starstruckevents.com, or you can follow at StarstruckFans2 on Twitter.
And next to lastly, we want to wish a very happy birthday to 2 people. Olivia
good
Rose
picture.
Keegan,
Wow.
who celebrated her birthday this past Friday.
Yes.
And a very happy birthday tomorrow to head writer Ron Carlavardi. Celebrates his birthday tomorrow with his wine and his white linen and his hammock, posting all of the shade on Twitter. We wish you both the best for the upcoming year.
Yes.
And then, of course, if you want to get all of your news for soap and daytime television, Tami and I have Soap News Weekly on Thursday at 6:15 p.m. And it's getting good. I love it. We love talking to you guys in the chat. We love hearing your thoughts, your ideas. It was fun last episode.
It was. It always is.
It is. So I love doing that with you, Tami.
I love having it. Make sure to follow us Soap News Weekly
Yes.
across all social media,
Yeah.
Facebook,
I watched
Insta, and
part
Twitter.
of it on my drive home.
Yes.
I watched but I had to pay attention, and then I lost reception, and that was a thing. So
Oh my God, I did the same thing. I was in the car and I was like watching part of it. Like both weeks, like for the past 2 weeks, I was on my way to see Summer the Musical and I was watching it. And then I was watching it again somewhere else. But I only watched the Days part. Sorry.
It's in the beginning, so
Yeah.
that's good for you.
Oh, I
Yes.
knew. I found it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
watch the Days Our Lives part.
And again, social, just Soap News Weekly, again on Insta, Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and Twitter. You can find us.
And also, well, we're not going to be here next Sunday because
Right.
we're
Yeah.
going to be spending time with friends and family for Thanksgiving. But also, our very own Michael Mattes will be taking photos at LA's Hollywood Christmas
The
Parade.
Christmas Parade,
Yes.
December 1st, yeah.
Yes,
Next
which
Sunday.
will feature some of our
According
favorite
to
cast
the
members.
press release, it's Deidre Hall, Judy Evans, Christopher Sean, Patrika Darbo, and Kyle Lauder, who's actually there for The Bold and the Beautiful for whatever reason. They listed him as part of The Bold and the Beautiful, but
Interesting.
whatever. So yeah, I'll post some pics, and then the actual parade will air sometime in December, I think, on Hallmark
Yes.
Channel.
Oh, cool.
But if you're in the LA area, come on down to Hollywood Boulevard, stand in front of the Starbucks. That's where I'll be with a cup of hot chocolate.
You can come stand on the
Okay.
street for free, or
Yeah.
you can buy the grandstand tickets are like $75.
Really?
I didn't think they would be that expensive.
So you have a Starbucks seat? That's where you go for that?
Well, I stand in front of the Starbucks
Yeah.
and
Oh,
on Hollywood
maybe we'll do
Boulevard.
that this year.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, you can come
because
with.
I didn't go last year.
Yeah.
So.
And then
It's fun.
Michael Mattes came and found me, and we were like, "Hey girl," and then like he was like, "All right, bye girl."
I got work
Like it's
to
7
do.
o'clock, it's late.
Yeah. So yeah, come.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. All right, so you guys, this is a moment where if you don't want to know what's going to happen next week,
Oh my God.
close your eyes. But for those who want a sneak peek into what's going to happen this week on Days, let's take a look at it now.
Now.
I'm her dad. I love her.
A new daddy
You're Nikki's father.
It's time for Xana to stop playing daddy. Where's my daughter?
and Big Daddy.
Stefano, are you listening?
Father?
Oh!
I can't see anything. So he had his back to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was just in the shadows.
He was in the
It
shadows.
looked like a big old chair. And like,
He was sitting in Gina's throne.
First of all, kudos to, I believe Jill.
Jill, yeah.
Does all the promos. Shout out to you,
Yeah.
but I don't know why I love the word daddy being used in there.
Daddy.
New
Big
daddy.
daddy.
And Big daddy.
Big daddy.
Oh.
New daddy.
Daddy
and Big
wishes.
daddy.
Oh my gosh, I wonder how he finds out that he's the
I-
daddy.
But
I don't
I'm
know.
already thinking that Christian Alfonso's going to get designer days again. That green dress. Oh my God.
Right.
So I don't know. All right.
I really hope this week that they reveal Stefano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to. Unless
They don't have to. They don't gotta do
unless somebody
anything.
conks Chad over the head and he
Do
doesn't.
we have any predictions who, like, is it the actual Stefano or do we think that it's someone else?
I don't think it's the actual stuff.
Because based on the nuggets that we got, the slender body, the not so old hands,
the chess?
yeah.
Easy chess.
I think it may be someone who was Princess Gina into believing they were Stefano. But, I mean, it's a little far-fetched, but
I don't know.
when people are coming back to life all over, so nothing's off limits here.
Right.
But I absolutely don't think... Okay, here's the thing. This show can get away with a lot. They cannot get away with legitimately recasting
Recasting.
This
Stefano.
is not a
No.
recast.
That's the one thing
So-
that fans are like, nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
They will
Not gonna happen.
abandon it. They will retaliate. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
this is not a
nothing.
recast. So if this is not a recast, what you giggling at?
I'm giggling at Kelly in the chat room who said he turns around and that's how he finds out. Which
Okay.
thank you, Kelly. Well, all right. Well, we will find out this week.
Yep.
That we are still chugging through this
Oh my
time
gosh.
jump. And hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But we will see you back here in 2 weeks on
December 8th.
December 8th. We will be back with another full recap of your favorite hit soap opera Days of Our Lives. But before we head out,
Yeah.
Michael Mattes.
Yeah.
Michael Mattes.
Yeah.
Michael Mattes.
Yeah.
Madonna.
Madonna.
Tell everyone where they can find you on the social medias.
You can find me on Twitter at MLMattis1 and on the Instagram at MLMattis.
And you could find me on Instagram at Chelsie Overocker. That's Chelsea with an IE. And on Twitter at Chels Overocker.
And you can find me on Twitter at Tami Goveia and Insta Tami.Goveia.
And you can find all of us on Facebook and Instagram. You can find all of us on Facebook and Instagram, Dishin Days, and _Dishin Days on the Twitter. And you can find Lil Ol' Me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thanks, everybody.
And we'll see you in
Bye.
2 weeks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.